Server from 17 once again. This is Zoe 2, this is Deimos, and we're going to be finding Taper and escorting him out of the station. So this moment here starts off as something quite different and novelty, where you have to find a guy hiding in a box, judging by the clues that it gives you, and it's an interesting change of pace to the things that you've done, and I actually quite like it the first time I did it. Every time afterwards it kind of seems contrived and like it's just, you know, padding the game unnecessarily. But it's not as bad as the second section. The second section involves you escorting the dude, and for some reason he can't fly. I skipped some of the dialogue, so it might explain what's wrong with his suit, or if he's new to using the suit, or for whatever reasons, but you have to carry him, and carrying him and being able to lock onto him are two things that make it very interesting. Because you can be attacking an enemy close to Taper, and the lock-on, when you try to switch it to a different enemy, will switch to him, and if you're, you know, pressing the buttons quite quickly and getting really excited because it's intense, it's frenetic, you can start attacking him and do damage, do a lot of damage in fact, and it really sucks. And the biggest problem of this is it's really old game design. It's game design that I hope they would not implement in the next one, because we've kind of all agreed, there was a text message that got mass sent around the entire globe where everyone agreed that escort missions suck. They're not fun, especially when they have fail states where it involves the person you're escorting dying or the person you're escorting being useless and vulnerable, and that is exactly what this guy is on this section. Not only does you drop him in a safe spot so then you can go and focus on the enemies, all the enemies focus on him, and to make matters worse, he moves. So he moves closer to the enemies to try and attack them, and the only thing that happens is he gets beat up. And on this difficulty, he dies really quick. And the enemies, they don't care about you, they will go directly for him. You literally have to put yourself in a dangerous place to stop them beating him up. And the amount of times I've dashed in to try and save him, only to get comboed by a Cyclops and insta-killed, it happened about 5 times. So it's not even funny. But like, if they'd only just made him invulnerable, this section would be a lot more fun. Sure, it wouldn't be as tense, but the tension is artificial, and it's not tense that you want the person to survive. It's tense because if he doesn't, you'll fail, and you don't want to have to do it all again. And this section especially is pretty poorly checkpointed too. You have to go through a large sequence of rooms if you fuck it up, and you probably will fuck it up because there's a bunch of Cyclopses, and that enemy is it's such a nightmare. I'm telling you guys, even if you've no interest in playing this game on extreme, just put it on once, just to see how much more of a bastard every enemy becomes. They turn into like that one friend on a game who's just as good at you, and every time you get in you play a game versus that person, they always go down to the line and they're really competitive and really close, and at the time while it's happening, so much adrenaline's in your body, you're hating them to death and wishing they weren't as good as you, and then you win or they win and you're like, damn it, that's a good fight, that's a great fight, but that guy's a bastard. That is pretty much what every enemy turns into on this game. And this is pretty funny, this, because what you didn't see there, guys, is I actually died in the next room looking for Taper because I shot the wrong box. When I reloaded the checkpoint, it put me in that room. The first box I shot was him. So I thought I'd share that. Quite lucky. I wish that happened that way every time. I wish there was a preset box, but I do believe it changes. But this is the hard part anyhow, and I'm going to get a quick sip because my throat is burning. And on the map that you can see there, every one of the squares that's connected by the tubes is a room that you have to traverse with this guy. And the path I'm about to show you is the least amount of combat required to get through to the area we need to be, or the path that I believe to be that anyway. The first encounter is 3 Cyclopses, if I've done this right. If it's Raptors, I've gone the wrong way. It's Cyclopses. So here we go. You'll notice we also have a sub-weapon, and this sub-weapon, I thought it was useless when I played this game as a kid, but that's because I was dumb. The Geezer is one, or Gazer, or however you want to pronounce it. I say Geezer because it's where I'm from. It's not double E-Z-E-R, it's nothing from, down London, but it's such a good tool, because all it does is freeze the enemy. but that is so powerful on this game, and when you freeze them, if you quickly press the left bumper to disengage your sub-weapon, you can then immediately grab them. And what it becomes this sequence of geezering an enemy to completely immobilize it so it deals no damage to you, and switching to grabbing the enemy, repeat. And you will go through rooms of tough enemies extremely quickly this way, because you cannot be damaged when you're throwing people, and the geezer makes sure that they don't counter your attack. But the strategy I tried to use here is I would leave him in the doorways, hoping that the enemies wouldn't be able to find him, but the enemies always find him, and if they don't, he will walk out of the doorway and fall into the main room anyway. So just kill the enemies as quick as you can. You can heal Taper, but it's not really worth doing on this difficulty because you don't heal him enough, and to do it all you have to do is grab him and charge your burst by holding the... what button do you hold? Oh, when you're not moving, holding dash, and it charges, and what it will do, it will transfer your sub energy into his life. But on extreme it's pointless because one slash takes away everything you just gave him and it just wastes time. But this room's kind of funny because they do not aggro and they don't fire at you unless you enter, and from here you can shoot them all. This room's got Metatron in it, which is really useful. I would almost recommend not picking that Metatron up, just in case the next few rooms kick your ass so you can come back and grab it, but I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks that the enemies will probably respawn because this area is... it's not the best part of the game, that's what I'll say. But that is Geezer completely immobilizing a Cyclops. Then I grabbed him. You'll notice I've just swapped, grab, throw him. It's so powerful, guys, it really is. And I look back on when I played this game when I was younger, and I thought I was great at the game. I wasn't. I was playing on normal, thinking I was a badass. I never used any of the sub-weapons. I thought they were pointless. And all of them are pretty good for certain situations, like Wisp. I didn't even realise I would have never used Wisp. What's the point in getting an enemy closer to me? Why would I want that when I could just dash at it? But that's like the most powerful sub-weapon midway through the game. So, really crazy. But you'll currently notice Taper's getting beat up by some Cyclopses. This sequence here gets kind of dangerous, but the equipment that I have make it so that you're capable of taking them out if you're smart. Don't fuck about with these guys. Any one of these Cyclopses can kill you with ease. They'll just do the bloody Muhammad Ali combo and you're down. And don't worry about the cellar bringing any more enemies in. All it's going to spawn are insignificant things. Although that is a gauntlet from all I was being beat up to. I mean, just look at this. And you know the gaze part? You can dash in trying to save him doing an attack, and you're locked onto him instead of the enemy, and you can finish him off. There's so many design choices that just baffle you. It's like Hideo Kojima is an evil bastard when he wants to be. Because I was on the GameFAQs forums earlier, and everybody's saying that normal on the High Definition Collection is harder than normal on the PS2 game. And I don't really get that. And they're all agreeing, they're all saying that the difficulty's been changed and they've made it harder. It's like, normal wasn't hard, guys. Try fucking this. If you think normal was difficult, this is just evil. This is like Hitler. Because just look how long it took to kill that cellar. That is just an enemy spawner. That's not even significant. It's madness. But I'm low on life, so is our good buddy Taper, and this room has Cyclopses in it. So that guy's got Metatron Ore. If you ever see an enemy who has MET next to his name, he is a free heal when you kill him. You need to kill him. As soon as you've got your life back, you can go back to being reckless, but whenever you're low on life, always try and isolate the enemy. This is Taper being a dickhead. Look at him. That's me hitting him because that guy couldn't navigate the damn corner. But luckily enough, Geezer, grab, throw, such a powerful combination. Be as fast as you can to evade the turrets. Once the turrets are dead, you've done the tough section, because once you go through the next doorway you'll get a checkpoint and you will never have to do that sequence of rooms again. That's me transferring life into Taper just to show you that you can do it. That's how slow his life goes up on extreme. Not even worth it. This next room is your first introduction to the commander mechanic. So anybody who's played Mass Effect 2 and remembers how the Collector hive mind could go into an enemy and he would buff the enemies and be an absolute pain in the ass. Well, this is kind of like that, only this is about 10, 12 years earlier. And what happens is, if there is a group of the same enemies together, one of them will promote himself into a commander, and everybody will get a buff. They'll start fighting in formation, and they generally become an absolute nightmare. And on Extreme, they're already a nightmare, so it turns it into, you know, Freddy Krueger, and you believe in him, because that's how he gets his power if you've never seen the films. And it's really bad news, but the luxury is, if you can get the commander immediately and kill him, you will completely take away all the buff, take away all the formation, all the organisation, and that's kind of what you need to do. But you'll notice, look at that, look at the stun. When that's happening to me there, guys, I can't move. I'm tapping dash, I'm trying to get away, nothing you can do, you're completely immobilised, and when these form a formation like this, they will continue to pepper you with bullets. You've got to be really, really careful. But I managed to take them out of formation. I managed to kill the commander and finish them off. And you'll notice this is how on edge I was. I was immediately charging this for the next enemy, and that's all there is. That's the end of the mission. But that is not an easy fight. It might only look like a couple of minutes, but it's pretty tough. But thank you for watching. The next video should be an interesting one with one of the harder fights on the game, and I should see you there, so you take care now.